Should you be taking creatine, and is it actually worth the hype? This is a question that's come up quite often in my private practice and working with student athletes at UC Santa Barbara of should we be taking creatine? And my answer is it depends. We're seeing a lot of research come out on the benefit of creatine in more explosive and strength training sports. There's still a little question on if it's really that beneficial for endurance athletes. That being said, I always encourage people to look at the big picture of their diet and nutrition program. If you're currently not sure if you're hitting your protein goals and calorie goals, that's the best place for you to start to get the biggest bang for your buck when it comes to increasing your endurance, strength, and and power capacity. When we're looking at the integration of creatine, it's usually a very small percentage where we're going to see an improvement. And if those other aspects of the diet, specifically your protein intake, your carbohydrate, and your total caloric intake are not up to speed, then your ability to see much impact of creatine is not going to be that great. For sports that have higher risk of concussion, it is something where I would be more aggressive with recommending creatine. So my soccer, football, basketball, volleyball athletes where we do see a higher concussion rate, creatine has been shown to be more protective if it's in their system prior to that concussion happening because of the cascade effects that can happen, and creatine can actually be protective of it. For athletes who are not trying to have very big impact results, maybe you're, my mom who's working out really hard and putting in a lot of great effort, and she's wondering if she should take a creatine supplementation. And to my thought there is maybe not. I think that there's a lot to be said about whole food first, and again, making sure that we're focusing on the foundation. And we do know that any product like this, whether it's creatine, protein powder, is going to be heavily processed. And so if we're sourcing from products that aren't vetted, they aren't tested by a third party, there could be contaminants. We're seeing, among other things like lead and a variety of different things that can come up in these supplements if they are not third party tested and we don't understand what's actually in it. If you're an athlete who is preparing for the Olympics or you are in collegiate athletics, you do have a chance of being drug tested. And so making sure that the creatine that you are taking, if you decide to do so, is NSF certified or third-party tested so we can understand what's in it and make sure that you don't accidentally test positive for a drug test. If you have any other questions, I hope this helps, and feel free to message me. Again, my name is Eleanor Baker, and I'm a sports dietitian.